cabriolets are ideal for those unwilling to trade roof-up refinement and security for topless thrills. The Megane is the firm's second attempt at perfecting the folding hardtop. Like before, it has teamed up with legendary convertible specialist Carmen, who were responsible for the original Beetle. This time around it has created a huge toe-piece glass panoramic roof. Not only does this provide for a light and airy cabin, its construction helps the firm set new standards for suppressing wind and road noise with the roof up. Roof down, it's even more impressive. Close attention has been paid to reduce unpleasant wind buffeting by the addition of a new fixed glass wind deflector. Boosting practicality further over the old car is the Megane's more generous proportions that allow a couple of adults to squeeze into the rear with the roof up for short distances. 3 petrols and 3 diesels are available, with the new 128 bhp 1.4-liter petrol turbos 130 expected to attract the majority of all the sales. From March 2014, the coupe cabriolet was given a facelift to bring it into line with the rest of the Megane family that was refreshed in January the same year. Find out why we think the Megane CC needs more power. The coupe cabriolet is, on average, an astonishing 25% heavier than the Megane hatch. This has serious implications when it comes to performance. Take the most popular 128 bhp 1.4-liter petrol turbos 130. It has to cope with a hefty, big car 1.5-ton curb weight. Against the clock it takes 10.7 seconds to complete the 062 mph dash, and it tops out at 124 mph. That doesn't sound too bad even though it is a whole second slower than the hatch. On the road it's a different story. Quite frankly, the little turbo struggles and has to be worked very hard, which is completely at odds with the relaxed nature of the drop-top Megane. We would avoid it in the 2.0-liter CVT petrol 062 mph 11.7 seconds and consider the 178 bhp 180 instead. That engine helps reduce the 062 mph to 8.6 seconds and has far more low-down punch. A better bet still is the 128 bhp DC 130 and the 158 bhp DC 160 diesels. Although even then, the most powerful 2.0-liter diesel still feels underwhelming in the performance department. Despite plenty of torque, 062 mph takes 9.4 seconds, topping out at 134 mph. The firm's new double-clutch auto is also available, but only on the base 109 bhp DC 110. The new auto offers smooth changes, but again, weight blunts its best efforts. Hacking off the roof of any car and you compromise a car's stiffness, and that has a knock-on effect in the way it drives. Unfortunately, the Megane seems to have suffered more than most. It's not hopeless when you trade A for broad, but neither is it that enjoyable. First off, you will notice the odd shudder through the steering wheel and the quivering interior mirror, both hinting at less stiffness compared to the hatch. Next, driving back-to-back with the hatch, you'll notice the convertible has less precise handling. It is also less balanced in corners and never escapes the feeling of weight. We suggest it's better to drive the Megane CC in the way it is intended, by winning the pace back and enjoy the sun and scenery, but know that the Audi A3 Cabriolet and BMW 1 Series convertible are both better all-rounders. For those familiar with the old model, quality takes a huge leap forward with the new Megane CC. Apart from some unconvincing aluminium-effect plastic strips stuck on the interior door handles, the CC impresses even beside some of its more expensive alternatives. It's also very easy to get a decent driving position. Stiffer springs front and rear plus more aggressive dampers were needed to cope with the added weight introduced by the convertible's roof mechanism. The result is the Megane does ride firmer than the hatch, but is still cosseting enough to be comfortable. Unfortunately, the CC shows little sophistication over sharp expansion joints. There's also an unwanted wallowiness and noticeably more body roll-through bends. With prices kicking off at almost £22,000 for the least powerful 1.4-liter Spectre, you would hope the Megane CC comes loaded with kit. You won't be disappointed. The dynamic TomTom comes with standard sat-nav, 17-inch alloys, Bluetooth, keyless go, cruise control and auto lamps and wipers. Opt for the range-topping GT models that are only available with the 2.0 TS 180 and 2.0 DC 160 engines, unavailable on the dynamic TomTom trim, and you add bigger 18-inch wheels, a steering wheel lifted from the sporty Renault Sport Megane, sportier front and rear bumpers, and more supportive GT seats. Just to confuse matters, a GT line pack is also available on the least powerful models. Costing £1,290, the styling package adds a 17-inch alloys, grippy sports seats, a sportier front and rear bumper plus parking sensors. Renault is confident that if tested independently, the Megane will be ruled safest in its drop-top class. This confidence comes off the back of the 2008 Euro NCAP crash tests, where the Megane hatch was awarded the full 5 stars for overall protection, although it was downgraded to 3 stars in 2014 due to more rigorous testing methods. All models come with anti-skid control, 6 airbags including airbags mounted in the seat. All models also come with tire pressure sensors and a pair of pyrotechnic roll hoops that pop up to protect rear passengers in the event of a roll. The Megane's more generous dimensions means both passengers and driver get more space. Climb into the rear, and a tall passenger can even sit behind an average-sized driver for short distances, making the Megane CC a decent enough car to carry a couple of pre-teenage kids. The boot, like all in this segment, is huge when the roof is up and predictably tiny when down.